Okay. Hello, friends. How are you today? It's so great that you could join me here. I had announced on one of my recent videos that I would do a live, but then I was so busy with all the other posts I had to make, I didn't put out anything till this morning. So I'm really glad that you could all be here. It's really wonderful. And I think that I have the tech set up so that this is going to work. So cheers. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. So I thought we could do a short discussion, and then what I want to do is a short couple of meditations. So I expect that this will be a shorter live. And what I'm doing here is, you know, with the videos recently that I made about the Schumann resonance and that where we talked about the intensity of the energies, I think that it's important. Trying to get my hair out here. Um, I think that it's important to understand how in stressful moments to calm ourselves. That's the first thing. So when we're out about during the day having our life. And the second thing is that grounding into the body is a great way to start the day. So I want to do those two things. And everybody's busy. Everybody doesn't have a lot of time. And so what I want to do is I want to give you short pieces that are easy to do on their own. And the reason for this is to, when we think of meditation, we think of, people going to a class. We think of people sitting down for an hour. They make a little space in their home. You know, um, it's it has a lot of stuff with it, right? That's implied. And so what I like to do is say, how can we blend this into living life every day where it becomes an integral part of the day? And so it can be part of an integral practice during the day of just living your life. And to me, this is what's worked for me because not everybody has an hour to do meditation every day, number one. And number two, what I'd like to talk about right now is what is meditation? And so, what I do, the way that I do it, meditation is a combination of meditation, so calming the emotions, mind, and body, and becoming centered. It's a combination with that of prayer, connecting with God, connecting with my own soul, working with my spiritual guidance team, and receiving that, connection with the divine. And number three, meditation is an active process in the way that I teach it and do it. And the action is that we're actively working with our own personal energy field and the energy of the body. And when we bring conscious focus and awareness to doing this, we can really shift our world. We can shift our world and get a sense of control. And yet those aren't the right words for what I'm trying to say. Um, there's a fluidness that comes with that, and there's a shifting. I was watching a video of this man who had just had, like, this incredible spiritual insight awakening, and then the first thing he did was get on, TikTok or something and talk about his insight, and his insight was something that we talk about a lot here, And the thing is how do you bring those spiritual insights into reality and bring them into living everyday life? And his insight was wonderful, and it was about intention, energy, and creation. Let me just turn that off. Um, and so so how can we bring intention, the awareness that we are energy, and the knowing that creation comes from that centeredness within, that divine connection? How can we bring that all together? And let me add something here because I talked about this in my last live, my Energy Talk 13. And in my YouTube video list, I have chapters in the video section. So you can go to the places in that video where I talk about this. But essentially, um, it's my view that the age of Aquarius, the new world that we're entering, what we are creating, and the advanced technology, right? And that that we're going to have access to, that we're going to create. To have an expanded consciousness is going to allow us to create in these ways at brand new levels, levels that we may in the past have only dreamed of. So here's the critical thing. When we are grounding, when we are meditating, when we're doing prayer work, when we're doing energy work, it's that connection with the divine that really up levels the entire experience. And if we can learn how to bring that grounded state of calm into daily life, to do little meditations or connected prayers or energy work during the day, well, then I wonder if we might be able to start bringing that into how we work, how we create for our physical reality. And so that's what I'm here. I'm here teaching this because I'd like to inspire you to do those things if they resonate with you, you know, and to support those who wish to do that with actual processes that can help shift your life in the direction that you want to go. Because it's one thing to understand that we are energy, the body, and the field, right? And that our intention then can affect this energy that we are. But to direct from the human only without the connection of divinity, and specifically your divinity, right? The divinity that is active and alive within you, um, that adds an incredible level of, well, it really adds a level of power to the entire experience. And that's probably not the best word because power implies many other things that don't seem to relate with the concept of living a spiritual life. But it is power and it is claiming our capabilities here and coming back to center and becoming powerful by embodying your divinity is an amazing thing. And what I think it does is it brings a conscious awareness. We can make the choice to bring a conscious awareness to our life. And what's powerful about it is the capability we actually have to shift our experience and to shift things for ourselves. So what I'm talking about in using that word, that this can become powerful, is that we claim, we get to have more self-determination in our lives. It's not about other people, and it's not really about our effect in the world. But when you start to embody this, I believe the world changes around us. And I believe the world changes around us, but when you become attached to the external, like to the world changing you around us, that diminishes your effectiveness. I know that's going to sound weird. The reason is because when we are working with energy at this level, and we make the conscious choice to have it be a co-creation between us and the divinity that we can engage with from within ourselves. When we go to a mental focus outside the self, what that can tend to do is lift us out of that connection and emphasize just the human. And so here's the next part of the conversation, is that this is a discussion between you and your subconscious. That's the fourth part of the meditation process. And the subconscious, in my view, is the active engagement with our divinity, as well as the rest of what it is being human. And that's where we have access to that bubbling up of messages within for us: intuition, conscience, guilt, not guilt, gut. But that's also where guilt, shame, and blame reside. And so as we shake off the guilt, blame, and shame, the negative emotions and negative experiences, trauma experiences, we become more and more clear in this. So let's get to a short meditation right now. Okay, so the first one that I'd like to do with you is grounding. And the idea here is to ground the energy of your own soul into the body, and to connect with your own soul. So, and when I say that, I want to, I view the soul light as the same as the light of Christ, the Christ light. In my last live, I explain why I view it that way. Um, and the personal experiences that I had that were spiritual that got me to that. So how I'll just explain how I see it, and then you can use images and what comes for you that resonates with you. But how I experience it and see it is I see this divine light, the divinity within, the flame of the living God within, right? The activation of the soul, the source, in my view, of the life force that animates this form. I see that when I think of it or imagine it at 5D, right? At the level of connection with divinity. It looks to me like my mind sees it as a white light or gold light, but there are other colors in the spectrum, and those might work better for you. You know, the it doesn't matter if you're using, gold or purple or silver or whatever it is, it's the quality. So what you're going for here is the quality of the connection with divinity. And so to achieve that quality, how do you do that? That's where setting the intention with the mind comes in, and the knowing that it's possible. So once you understand that this is possible, that's a part of the process. It's part of the mechanics of how energy works. And once you understand that it's possible and you know it, okay, so knowing is fifth dimensional. So once you know that, but your mind gets the concept, if you don't feel it in the body and in energy, you can still follow along and allow yourself to be in knowing that it's possible, in knowing that this could be occurring within you. Okay. So that's how you start. That's how you start. I just wanted to add that for those who haven't, who might not feel the connection alive in the moment. Okay. So what we're going to do is breathe. And I'm going to get my small bowl. Okay. So breathe in and out. And allow the pace of your breathing to go from faster, whatever state it is, and allow it to slow down. And as you slow down your breathing, allow yourself to sense the energy near your body. And by the way, let's claim that this is my energy. If it's me, I'm going to state that I sense my energy, the energy of my body, an energy field, and soul. So this is, you make the declaration of what you're working with. We can add, what is in my field is in alignment with my highest good. There is nothing that is not love. So we're breathing. I want you to just sense, the energy at your skin. Allow that sensation to become, sort of thicker, more buttery, however you would describe it. There is an energy around my body, and that is me. Now, from within the center of your heart, know that you are the one generating this energy. From the center of the heart, let's understand that this is the connection of the soul. This is the point where the light comes in. And in all my cells and in all my particles of energy. Yeah, it lights up, right? Imagine it. Just understand that this is possible. The focal point of direction is from the heart and soul. You can put your awareness there as you breathe deeply. Allow the understanding that while your body generates this energy, so it seems to move out of the body, that it also moves in. The reason I want to talk about this is because when we have a stressful situation, when we first wake up in the morning, sometimes we want to remember to ground the energy that we are into this physical form, to ground the light of the soul. And as we do that, we can imagine that physical sensation of energy hugging ourselves, grounding into the body. This is me. This is my energy. This is the light of my soul. I claim my body as the home of my soul. I claim my body for my soul. Direct my soul direct from the Creator, the living flame of God that I am. Now, but let's breathe. Now let's add a physical aspect to this meditation. This is the self hug Using the hands and just patting the body and pressing. I am present in this moment. So we've asked the soul to ground into the body. And now I hold the body and I acknowledge that I am one. My soul, the light of my soul, and me as a living human. We are one and the same. Mm. The warmth of the touch is reassuring to the body at a level that's beyond the mental and the conscious. The warmth that you generate on the skin is comforting to the self. And it's a reminder of the love that God has for us and the love of our soul. You know, that living flame that we are that animates the life force. You can also just put the hand on the hand. This is something that's really easy to do during the day. If you're at work, if you work at the computer, just to hold your own hand. To put the hands on the cheek. This is particularly comforting. To put them on the neck is calming. Okay, and the hand over the heart. And breathe deeply. Understanding that I am one, soul and body. My soul light lights up each cell from the center. My soul light lights up each particle of energy that I am, body and energy field. My energy field is a sphere around me with a boundary that I perceive. In that mastery level, I just know that I am, right? I am, and I don't worry about that. I don't need to focus on it at mastery level. Okay, so so when you start your day with a short meditation like this, and you can combine it with the physical, like that at the end or during, here is the practice that you can bring into the day. Number one, I'm going through my day, some kind of stress occurs. I touch a part of my body, and I could even, if I'm standing, talk to people, I can just press my hand against my leg. As I'm talking, I can press one hand against the leg, or I can, hold my hand, or I can sit in the car and, I have a hand on my leg, or I can go to the bathroom and touch my face or put my hand on my heart. And in the few seconds that I do that, I ask my meditative state that I did earlier in the day to be present in the body. That in this moment, that meditative state is now one, and it's calming me down. And I breathe. I go from whatever the life situation is, I recall the meditative state, and I allow myself to take a deep breath and my breathing to slow. And if the agitation during the day is such that I can't feel my breathing slow, I know that it's possible, and I intend that that will happen during the day. If it's possible during the day while I'm in an event or activity, I take a moment to slow and deepen my breathing. That's the piece we did at the beginning of the meditation. See the release? You can do it, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. See how many times that it takes to get to that release where the body relaxes. So the process here is that you do a meditation, even if it's for a few minutes, right? Even if it's for a few seconds at the beginning of the day. And then you allow yourself to understand that that state of being is active and alive within me in every moment. Why? Because it's a state of centeredness and meditation, which is a fifth dimensional state of being, which is beyond time. It's a state of prayer. It's a state of connectedness with God, which is a fifth dimensional state of being, which is alive in energy and free of time. It's energy work. It's the activation of the energy at a higher state of being, a fifth dimensional and higher state of being that is beyond time. Therefore, for these reasons, I have access to this in every moment. And number 4, I connected this state of being with my body. My body has access to a fifth dimensional state of being as well. That state of being is beyond time. I can recall its sensation. I can activate my body at that state of being, Fit 5D plus, at any time. Do you see how this is different than how 3, 4, and 5D are normally talked about? There is usually a separation talked about. Let's take that and throw that in the trash for the moment. That can be a helpful teaching for certain communications, for certain understandings. But now we're going to have a different understanding as relates to the meditation process, to the process of just being alive in the body. And that is that I can be at 3D, 4D, and 5D all at the same time in this physical form. Yes, it's possible. This is so exciting. Oh my gosh, do you feel that? This is so exciting. And this is why, our world is going to be different, because as more and more and more of us bring this understanding, then live it shifts the world, right? But we keep the focus humbly. Humbly, we keep the focus. It's me and my energy field. We keep the focus within. Now, can we be at a 5D sense of knowing, oh, I just saw that this affected someone else? Yes. Um, and there are times when we can, in group, right, in relation, acknowledge the understanding of these things, but it's very subtle. It's very subtle because the connectedness, the amazing feeling that you have in meditation, prayer, energy work, and connecting with the body, that's one experience, right? And then out in 3 and 4D, to relate from that standpoint is a different experience. So here's the blending. Here's where the separation is. Here's where that concept comes into play now. I'm out in the world. I'm engaging with other people. I may or may not know them. Maybe some kind of situation arises, and um, I go immediately to the comfort that is the biggest reminder in the moment. Like on the West Coast, because of and in California in particular, because of the current state of society and law and politics, there's a lot of situations that are happening out in public. And for example, just even going shopping, where you could encounter something that would normally have not been the case, right? You can encounter people stealing or um, other intense situations. So, you know, what's the first thing? The first thing might be the physical touch. Allow yourself to breathe with the touch. Allow the breath to slow or deepen as much as possible in the moment. Of course, making the choices that create physical safety for you are primary. So put that first. Okay. So now we're going to talk about assuming you've made yourself safe. Okay. Because a lot of these situations where there's stress, you're present, you are in the moment, you appear to be safe, but you need to deal with your state of being. So it might be the touch. It might be maybe you're not able to do that, right? You don't wanna look like, what is that part why is she grabbing her own hand or something? Maybe that's not appropriate. In a situation where that's not appropriate, focus on the heart. Here's a process. Focus on the heart. See the light. Know the light is present in your heart of your own soul. Know that divinity guides you, that God's got your back, that you have guardian angels. As you breathe, which you have to do in every moment, imagine the breath connecting with the light of the soul in the heart. I find that immediately starts to create calm in my body. Okay, so now let's do a meditation we're going to practice. There's a stressful situation going on, or I'm just out in daily life doing my work, doing my errands, whatever it happens to be, engaging with friends or acquaintances, and there's some stress. So I'm going to do this one without music because you probably won't have music in that situation. Okay, so there's an active situation. Something's happening. In the moment, I'm the observer. I don't have to speak or engage, yet it's affecting me. So let's begin. I'm observing the situation. In my mind's eye, I allow myself to know the light of the soul emanates from my heart. This is a place of beauty and of God's presence within. This is a place of light that emanates from within me. I am calm in this place, no matter what happens here, no matter what that person's saying, no matter what I'm witnessing. This is my place of connection and protection. This is my place of love, and it's alive now. I let myself breathe. If I can, I let the breath deepen. But in this moment, as I'm envisioning the situation, so I'm bilocating in a way to a stressful situation that I'm seeing in my mind's eye. It's hard to get the chest to expand, right? So what do? When I encounter the physical resistance of the body reaction, I let it be okay. So as I connect, as I breathe in, knowing that my heart has the soul light, I breathe in, I reach the point of resistance in my body, where it almost feels like a painful sensation, right? Because my lungs are like, right, in stress. As I reach that, I tell my body, it's okay. We're not going to push it. It's okay. This much is okay. It's success. And I release the breath. So we're gonna focus on the breathing part, right, of the stressful situation. Here we go. I breathe. I reach the point of the stress in the body. I tell the body in my mind, it's okay. This is enough. Now, I focus on the heart. From the heart, I let myself feel love. If I can't feel the love in the moment, I know that an incredible amount of love emanates from my heart and soul for me. Let's not worry about other people in the environment right now. I know y'all want to love everybody else in the environment, but we've got to focus on the self care, because when you do the self care and you create the process within, right, it's after that you're able to then eventually either show others, teach others, be present with others, intend, oh, I intend love for everyone. Okay, but we're not going to do that now, because taking care of the self is primary. The reason that taking care of the self is primary is you have a right to life. You have a right to live in this body. You have a right to be present for yourself if that's what you desire. And you are, right? You are the home of the living soul. This right that we have is a divine right, it's divine law. The body is the temple of the soul. So understand that this is the place of your authority. And so the first thing is claiming the body for you, for your soul. And when I speak that, I I intend that the soul speaks through me, right? I speak from that place of connectedness with divinity. So that's not a separation when I say the soul speaks through me. I say I am one with that living flame to the greatest extent possible, right? Because we are human, so we're going to make mistakes. Okay, so here I am in the heart. In the stressful moment, right? We addressed the meditation aspect, we addressed the mental intention. Now let's address the 5D level. I bring my awareness to my heart. It's me and my heart here. Within the heart, I am safe. This is the light of God within me, right? This is the light of Christ. I am cared for by the divine. I will be guided in this moment. I let it be okay if I can't perceive active guidance in the moment. I let myself know that I will perceive it when I need to, right? As soon as it's critical for me to perceive something, that will come through. My conscience, my intuition, my gut instinct, it will give me a message. And this is beyond the mind. This is beyond the emotions. That is what a 5D state of being is. We've had it all along. And the subconscious, right? When you are allowing these to guide you, knowing that they're connected with the divinity, that they're sourced from that, right? Look at the greater awareness we gain over our immediate circumstance. And we breathe. So here's the thing. even in a stressful moment, even out in the world, right? I'm always breathing. I've got to breathe. Now, we're continuing in this experience and in the process. I have my breath. As I breathe, I acknowledge to myself during the day, I did this meditation. Or maybe I did it yesterday or a week ago. I intend my breath will connect with that state of being now. I understand that it's alive for me in the moment. My body just relaxed doing that. It's alive for me in the moment. It's always present for me. I feel the energy present right around me. This is my own field hugging me from my fifth dimensional state of being. This is my soul giving me a hug. This is me as a living human caring for myself and my body. The body is important here. It's how I live in the world. It's one with the whole process. Now, in a stressful moment, might I go into mental thinking? Okay, now I'm in my mind. Uh-oh, where'd the connection go? Right? Uh-oh. I make the conscious a choice. Intuition, discernment, gut instinct, focus on the heart, focus on the breath, hold the hand, skin to skin. See, that just relaxed me. So I'm making a list, not because that I'm suggesting to do everything. I'm offering the choices, right, in the moment that consider what works for you. Okay, now let's do another meditation. I'm going to take a minute here to put a separation between us and the previous example. Gosh, isn't it wonderful? Yeah. Okay. Let's let this be a meditation of connection with spiritual guidance, praying to God, connecting with the soul, being open to receiving. And one of the things when we're open to receiving, one of the key things is to clear, to allow the detritus in the field, any immediate grabbing thoughts or emotions to be free. Okay, so we're going to use the big bowl for this. Okay, I'm going to get some coffee here before we start. Okay, here's meditation 3 for today. Now, the first thing we'll do is intend to clear the field of what's not in the highest good and to clarify the connection within the heart with the soul light. So as the bowl plays, we want to breathe, relax into the breath, focus on the heart and soul in the soul connection in the heart, and just let it be a natural thing that what's not in alignment with your highest good flows out of the field, out of the sphere of your own energy around you. That what thoughts, what emotions, they just flow out with ease. Energy that's no longer in your highest good, whether from the recent past, from long ago, from a past lifetime, it doesn't matter. Let the heaviness go. let the trauma, the density go. Okay? So we're going to do that in this meditation. I'm going to play the bowl. That was amazing. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for being here with me today. God bless you. I'll try to put chapters in by this evening so you can go to specific meditations. And if you want to just do those pieces. Thank you.